pop back in. Maybe give it a minute. Okay, let's continue. Oh yeah, and let me change up the title. I should have done that first before restarting the stream. Oh well. Pay very much close attention to the title I'm going to be putting in. I've been thinking about it earlier today. There, I changed it. Hopefully you notice. Maybe refresh the page. I'll explain why in a little bit. It's a night of celebration. And Marguerite is reunited with her beloved Vincent, much to his horror. Here, so you noticed the stream title? And as a reminder, giant robots are really cool. Nope, I changed it. It's something different. Maybe I forgot to update. Try checking now.
I'm so happy to finally be back. And looking around, I'm not alone in that sentiment either. Maybe it won't last, but everyone's determined to enjoy it to the fullest while they can.
You're looking so sad.
After all, who knows what tomorrow will bring?
And tomorrow's New Year's Eve, December 31st.
I knew things wouldn't instantly go back to normal, but I didn't expect all that to be thrown on us.
You want us to help liberate the capital?
Yeah, that's a big task.
With Ruhr and Bereahard silent, we have a firm foothold to take back Heimdall. If we don't seize the moment before the year is up, there's every chance the war will drag on even longer as a result.
Fighting is still brutal as ever in western Erebonia. But if the Nortia and Kreutzen provincial armies keep their word not to interfere, we may be able to turn the war around.
That does sound like the best chance we'll ever get, but I still have doubts.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. We have no intention of taking an active role in the war.
And again, this is just really, it's a hot topic of debate. It's like, they keep coming up and saying they're neutral, but they're quite involved. It's like, it's their efforts that ultimately ended in, or their initializing things that ultimately ended up making Ruhr and Bereahard cease the withdraw from the Civil War.
We simply wish to fulfill our duties as military academy students.
That sounds perfectly fine to me.
We aren't asking you to fight on the front lines to retake the city. Rather, we would like you, the students of Thor's military academy, to liberate one very specific location.
Yeah?
And where might that be?
Okay, that's a little slightly fair. It's like they're not, you know, on the battlefield with the army. They're just kind of doing their own thing.
I'll be the one explaining that.
Hey, Lecter. In a while.
You're here too?
You're from the intelligence division. Huh. Hi, Elector. Long time no see. You back from Crossbell?
Oh, he was probably busy with stuff in Ano Kiseki. Real busy with all that stuff going on.
Yep. The most pressing problem over there is all taken care of now.
That must mean the tree disappeared.
So I was finally able to access the Intelligence Division's network again.
Wait a second. Most pressing problem? What happened over there?
Oh, you know, that Azure tree is gone.
Yep, just like that. And for those that didn't play Ano Kiseki, they would be like, or not too aware of the Crossbell games, they'd probably be like, so wait, what was the tree all about? What was the point of showing it? And just showing things from the other perspective, since the Crossbell and Ereboni arc is concurrent with each other.
There was a ton of confusion after its disappearance, but President Croyce has been arrested, and things are beginning to calm down.
You were a cool guy, Dieter. And Kirito, since it's been over a year since I played Ano Kiseki, and you probably forgot details, or be more aware of hanging out with Sheppy and Blue, spoilers. They didn't get to that part yet.
We had no idea.
I remember feeling an incredible amount of mana from that tree.
A lot of stuff happened.
Whatever happened there, it's obvious Ouroboros was involved.
Like I said, the games spoil each other.
Regardless of how it came to happen, the fact remains, Crossbell is of no danger to us now. Yet with that comes new dangers on the horizon.
What do you mean, Dad?
Now that Crossbell is no longer a threat, there's every chance the Calvard Republic might make a move, is that correct?
Pretty much.
The Republic still has its own share of chaos as a result of their economic crisis and terrorism. But now that there's an opening to take Crossbell, we've no doubt they will recover sooner rather than later.
And without Gorelia Fortress to serve as an effective deterrent, there's always the possibility they could use Crossbell as a staging area to launch a military incursion into Erebonia.
As a result, our primary concern is ending this war as soon as possible. And we could use your assistance in bringing it to an ever swifter conclusion.
They're neutral, guys.
I understand the situation.
Like, I guess I'm just trying to get a better understanding of their whole neutrality position. It feels like it's wrong terminology, or seems kind of silly, or they don't understand the full meaning of neutrality, but it doesn't bother me either. I'm just kind of pondering and trying to understand stuff better. Yep, Captain Toa.
In that case, where is this specific location that you'd like us to liberate?
That would be the Corel Imperial Villa.
Hey, isn't that...
That's the Imperial family's villa on the outskirts of the city, right?
Are you suggesting that my family is at the villa?
We believe your assumption to be correct, Your Highness. The Intelligence Division has established that His Imperial Majesty and the rest of your family have been imprisoned there. Lady Elise Schwarzer and Imperial Governor Regnitz are also with them.
Dad's there too?
Well, we know what we gotta do.
They've been there this whole time?
It's close to the capital, but it's surrounded on all sides by cliffs and the like. That makes it the perfect place to keep VIPs hidden away.
Exactly. The only way to access it via land is a special train that runs from Heimdall Station, and that is currently heavily secured by the Imperial Guard. However, were your party to use the Courageous to fly there, you should be able to get inside.
And meanwhile, the Imperial Army and the RMP and the rest of the guys are just gonna, have a fight in the city. That's basically it.
I think you already know our answer.
Yes, Claire's badass. And really, really good with math.
Yeah, I'm in.
In a game of pool, she could land all the balls in one shot.
If you say they're there, Lecter, then they're there.
It's not much different from liberating Ruhr or the Twin Dragons Bridge, if we think of it like rescuing someone related to us.
Indeed. While the Imperial family is naturally of great importance, rescuing a member of the Board of Directors fits our motives to a T.
And Alphen's family and Reen's sister and Marcus's dad.
And we've always seen it as our duty to help those related to the Academy.
Well, that's their neutrality loophole.
Guess that settles that.
Thank you. I truly appreciate it.
Well, aren't we being humble?
This is what friends do. To think these kids would turn out to be so dependable.
You're telling me. They're almost dazzling.
Brings a tear to your eye, Sarah.
Your Highness, may we have your permission to move forward? Yes, by all means. I, Alphen Rice Arner, humbly request that you carry out this mission. Very well, Your Highness.
Yep, Sarah's proud.
Students of Thor's Military Academy, I hereby declare that we shall dedicate our all to the liberation of the Corel Imperial Villa.
It really is strange. For all I know, tomorrow could determine the outcome of this war. And yet I feel completely at peace.
And tomorrow's New Year's Eve. It's gonna be a big day, we could say.
Just being back here, seeing the sky and being surrounded by this cool air makes me feel so happy. Why?
You're not planning on standing here alone the whole night, are you?
Yeah, the cat's trying to cheer us up.
Oh, hey Celine. Where's Emma?
Who knows? I'm guessing she's over in the Literature Club's room. One of the second years dragged her off. Something about checking if any of her precious book collection had vanished.
Well,
that would be Dorothy. I don't know. I could wander around, but my head's kind of full at the moment. It's like it's suddenly registering just how much this academy means to me. I knew I liked it, but I never realized how much.
Oh? Well, whatever you end up doing tonight, make it count.
you could say that against Celine. There's going to be a very important thing. And that's why I'm calling the stream's title right now, Green Bean's Love Shack.
With both Vita and Ouroboros involved, you haven't seen the worst this war has to offer. The hardest part's yet to come. And you don't want to face your friend in the goofy bandana weighed down by regrets, do you?
True enough. Oh, hey, are you here because you were worried about me?
Yes.
You've always been so considerate of us, even if you do try to hide it by acting grumpy half the time.
Who's a good kitty?
Stop that!
Little stroke there.
You can't go around being nice to every girl you run into. Try treating someone special for once. Surely there's someone who fits that description better than me.
Someone special, huh?
This could be the last night you have to enjoy before everything goes to hell. Go and walk around a bit already. Oh, and go pay Valimar a visit too. Honestly, anyone with half a brain could have figured that out. Why do I have to be the one to tell you?
Celine's being all soon.
I suppose she's right. It seems a shame to waste a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity standing around here alone. Besides, it's been a long time since I was last here at the Academy. I should walk around and see everyone. I've got a lot of catching up to do with the people in Trista. And after Valimar offered to stand guard near the west exit, it wouldn't feel right to leave him by himself the whole night.
Yeah, Valibro needs a bro moment. Okay, so this night is where we're gonna have our fun final bonding events with everyone who with anyone who has a high enough link level. The exclamation marks means that they're available for a final bonding event, but we can only do one unless we do the event, then I reload the save and everything. So we're gonna talk to these guys last. We'll just enjoy the nights. And let's make sure also that, you know, we get book updates on their character profiles. So, to play it safe, let's just talk to all the students and faculty. Where? We'll talk to you later, Eustace. Hey Schmidt, good work on the Tachi. He's so modest. Yeah, Schmidt is full of pride. Very, very much so. Oh, gymnasium is open. And we got peoples. Someone go for a dip. So we're going to be going around the academy, we're going to go around the town a little bit. And can we go fishing?
Oh, I could probably fish here.
Yes, we can, and hopefully we get a catfish. That'll be nice. No, not this, but this is also good.
Not what I had in mind.
And let me check that you could even get the catfish here, one moment. Let me go to table of contents on the game packs, the guy that opened. And also, let me check this. No, it's not going to be in the Trista Pond, but we could try.
Not what I had in mind.
A little bit tired. That's a small fish.
Not bad. Not what I had in mind.
And one more.
Not bad.
Okay, moving on. Hey, Edel. She's such a chill noble, but also secretly powerful. Hey, Beryl. Yeah, she's not wrong. You'll see why when the time comes. Hey, remember this place? The old schoolhouse and everything? And hey, Emma. Student Union building. Hey, remember these guys? The cafeteria lady and her husband. Here's the weapons supply shopkeeper. Hey, Mrs. Crow. Oh, hey, Celine. You getting bad vibes, Celine? Hehehehehehe. And we got some people in the corners. Yeah, mostly student council members. Have fun, guys. And here's our librarian friend. It's still frustrating that pretty early on to the game I missed one of the books. I can't get this other ultimate weapon. I was missing just one book. Well, luckily I already had the trophy to collect all books, otherwise that would have bothered me too much. We're good. Let me look at the readings. Okay. Sometimes it looks like my feed is slower, but I'm not sure if I'm buffering in my stream or there's lag spike or it's just kind of my feed just being all wonky. Reen. Yeah, just, you know, take pictures of them, no cute poses. Okay, that's good. Yeah, the readings seem fine. Everyone's having fun. Just to double check, auditorium is locked. Hey, Patrick. Ritter, Patrick's all being soon as well. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stretch just a little bit just to feel a little more awake, maybe use the restroom. I'll be back like in 2 or 3 minutes.
Right. 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 Right.
Alright, it took a little longer than 2 to 3 minutes, but I'm back. Let's talk with more peoples. Oh, wait. I was going to talk to Lisa later. Yes, just the two of us. I didn't do a proper save yet, so let's see what happens. Okay, so I didn't botch it. It's okay to cry. So basically, in the final bonding event, Green picks one of the party members to, well, one of the characters to get invited to his room where, you know, they do stuff. If you know what I mean. Yes, that includes the boys as well. I mean, tonight's gonna be the Love Shack night. Hey, it's our receptionist friend. And it's just being a matchmaker. Oh my. Nani? And I'm a little bit afraid of you, janitor, because you messed up my capture card one time. But I'll speak to you. Hey, Alphin. Yeah, it was just a one-sided massacre, you could say. Corrado. This reminds me, I have an idea I want to play around with, so I'm gonna not stop the stream, but I'm just gonna pause it here for a bit while I'm just gonna mess around with said idea. Gonna mute the mic for a moment. Actually, no, I'll just leave it open too. Just something I was just kind of thinking about for fun of it. Like, it would just like a little, like, I don't want to be too visually oriented because I like to kind of keep the stream mostly pure. But I still want to have, you know, some little fun with it as I'm getting more comfortable with things or getting a better understanding of things. Not too gimmicky, but something that's simple enough. So I was just thinking of having a text overlay sometimes that pops up. Where I don't have a webcam, nor do I intend to anytime soon. For no real reason. I was just thinking I'd have a test that pops up. Sometimes I could get really, really sappy, or just kind of take things really seriously, you know, in games, and can even be teary and all. So I was just thinking of, you know, just have a little pop-up that's saying, I'm having a sappy moment right now, or something like that. So let me see how it is, Mr. Yeah, I was thinking like this. Nothing from right now, but it's just something for the future. We're going to be needing it. I think I always change up the messages. No. Like that. Let me see the font. No, not that. I messed that up. And I'm just having my fun with it.
Right.
Like I could be like kind of joking around with the stream or being kind of silly at times. But I could take a lot of scenes seriously as well and just can really get sappy or teary out of nothing. And so sometimes the tone of the stream can be mixed or inconsistent, but it's not like I always joke around. I like to take some of these moments seriously too, or you know, try to play it out seriously if really needed. Unless it's a really, really bad game and I'm just kind of making fun of it. And we'll see. I feel like it needs a little outline or something. Outline color, a little black. Outline size, maybe 1. You think this is okay, Kirito? Okay. Yeah, like I said, something a little simple enough. The outline's a little much. Like, I feel without the outlines too plain. I don't know if the outline. I feel like there should be a shadow or something to kind of pop up a little better. I'm just overthinking it. I don't want to be too big either. Well, it's subject to fixings. This is just a kind of a test. And let me set it up on Stream Deck. It'll take a moment just to kind of quickly do the command. So we can just easily toggle it on and off.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Alright, good, good. I think I'm just being weird right now. You're having fun. Well, let's continue on our school tour. You got some people up here too. Yeah, I'm experimenting indeed. So this is the message that's going to pop up whenever I'm just kind of feeling sad or quiet in the stream. Oh yeah, I really do need an outline because sometimes the background's light. Sorry Vivi, I'll just hold on for a moment. Okay, it's a little... I think this is good. Like, it's thick enough, but not too tacky. Well, let me raise it up a little bit so it's not too into the corner. Maybe like this. What a line thief. Look at Vivi and Lindy. They're looking down on people. I'm sure that's what they're doing. Oh. Kirito. Kirito. What do you think of his painting right now? Oh, I didn't mean to talk to you guys, but we'll talk. Hey, see Kirito? Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna hang on the dorm alone tonight. And, oh hey, you finished your thing, Clara. Nice line. So what do you think of this sculpture, Kirito? Okay, moving on. Oh, look at them. They're being together tonight. I like this couple. They have a good arc going on throughout the Erebonia arc. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got a little sappy there. I wonder if it worked. You see, if I had a web camera, I would just kind of show my reaction physically and stuff. But I don't, but I feel like it's just gonna be fun to kind of have like a pop-up message. It's like, hey, I'm feeling like this.
Oh, you guys are all up here?
Hi, Ring.
Hey, nice night, isn't it?
It's a little on the chilly side, but it still feels pretty nice since there's no breeze out. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Curious George is a good man.
We're finally back here.
Yeah, it's cool that you like him, Kirito. He needs a little more love since between the four amigos, he seems like the least prominent or interesting compared to the other three.
Yeah, gotta admit, seeing it again's making me feel all emotional.
No doubt. Especially since, unlike the rest of us, you guys were last here during the festival.
You're probably feeling lonely with Crow missing. Toa, George, Angelica. I want to thank you.
Huh?
What for?
You guys have helped us out so much. There's no way we could have gone that far without you. If it were just us first years, I don't think things would have gone half as well. So, on behalf of everyone here, thank you. For everything you've done.
We should be the ones thanking you.
Yeah. Think about all the work Class 7 put into this and try saying that again.
Exactly. You guys even helped me deal with my old man. Where would I be without you?
Finish ship.
I guess. But for the record, we've needed you just as much as you say you need us, you know. You shouldered the most responsibility on the Courageous, the ship that carried us and our dreams this far. And I'm gonna need you to keep watching our backs tomorrow. You think you can do that for us?
Like you even had to ask.
We'll be right there with you.
We would never abandon you after we've come this far together.
Thanks. I get this feeling like tomorrow's going to mark a turning point for us. Whether the Imperial Army's operation is a success or a failure, it feels like the time for me to fight Crow is almost here.
That's true.
Yeah, he won't let a chance like this just waltz on by.
And this time, I'm not going to let him win. I'll beat him, drag him right back here, and force him to finally graduate with you.
Well, Green's being very hopeful. This might be complicated since he's a terrorist and everything.
You sure that's even possible, Reen?
That's not going to be...
I'm well aware that it won't be easy. But everyone, not just me, wants the four of you together again.
I feel like at the very least for symbolic purposes.
Class 7 managed to reunite, right? Now it's your turn.
You're amazing, Reen. And if you say that's what you're gonna do, I've got no reason to doubt you. Good luck.
Tomorrow's operation is sounding crazier by the minute.
Seriously. I better hope I can finish polishing off that Tachi.
Well, let's just talk to them a little more in the engineering building. They want their friend back, and Reen wants his bromance back. Gotta do what we gotta do. And just a moment. I want to send a message to someone.
Right.
Okay, let's go to town now. We got more friends to talk to. Then we're going to be dragging one by one to everyone to Reen's room. But we have to keep reloading the saves and everything. Yep, gotta love romance stuff. Inte, your crush is back. Okay. And Reen, that's not nice. You're in front of Rosine. You're blocking their conversation. She'd probably see him all the time. Rude. Yeah, Reen's being rude. You know, they're playing some sweet music together, if you know what I mean. I'm just being lewd. Oh, they're hanging out again.
I could probably fish here. This spot looks perfect for fishing.
I see what you did there. Whale of a tail. Wait, wrong emote. Anyways, fishing time. Need a catfish, that's what we're missing. This one's a feisty one. The buttons keep changing.
Whoa, this is a big one.
That's not what I need.
Now that's a catch.
Otherwise, we're probably just gonna try to fish in the North Crutzen Highway.
Caught one.
Definitely not that.
Not bad.
Okay, we're gonna do a little more. Yeah, you probably do. I don't know how to do custom icons for individual people. If that's a thing.
Whoa, this is a big one.
Why is Blue confused by Watsy's hair? What's going on? What's going on over in Blue Land? And also tell Blue I said hi. Just because. If you don't mind being a messenger. And I assume his chat is far more entertaining than my chat room. I'm getting a little tired.
Whoa, this is a big one.
Yeah, more fishing love indeed. And also my arm hand's tired. This is exhausting. Okay, good, good. I hope he's having a good stream. Stop moving. I'm a little tapped out. Ooh. Is Blue causing mischief? Is he antagonizing his chat some more?
Whoa, this is a big one.
Everyone's behaving? That's weird. Let's just do a little more fishing. Okay, let me just skip over that. Trying to get one. I want one specific fish. No, it's just in case. It's not a catfish, but you know. Just feeling, I guess.
Caught one.
Okay, moving on. And how's the reformed couple doing? I don't know. Is the cake a lie? Oh, I wanted Taco Bell, but I was denied that because the closest Taco Bell to my workplace is no longer available. That really, really bummed me out more than it should. Meanwhile, these two. Tell Blue this old meme joke, the cake is a lie. Yeah, such business-minded folks. Yeah, let's talk to our buddy Nick here. Well, I'm certainly a weird player just talking to all these guys. Here's the lovey-dovey couple. Yes, memories. And is there anyone in the cold last storm or not yet? Hey, our pretty lady, Dominique. Oh, no flower talk from her. I am not surprised. It's gonna be a good day for radio. They might be dead, but it's a Kiseki game. It's optimistic they'll be fine mostly. Unless you're Otto. Poor soul. Oh hey, Thomas finally got drinks with some people. Well, that was a bad screenshot. He's finally got a drink with Sarah. But no Nightheart. Oh, someone's angry. And even Heinrich's with them. Sorry, just food. I wouldn't blame you. This is Sarah's hell right now. Oh. No, leave her hanging. Yay, foods. And no one's up there. Okay, let's check the shops. Wait, no, let's check them. Kinda. No, Patrick's been better. Good on the kid. I'll say hi to you. Thor's little heroes. And there's their true love. Come now, there's no need to be shy. But that is one of the many things I love about you. It just makes me want to hug you tight and never ever let you go. What's up, Kirito? I don't even know what that's from. I was just kind of making a very raspy voice for Margarita. That's been sort of my offensive joke. I don't remember that in Looney Tunes. I think that's about everyone. Let me be sure. Oh yeah, we forgot to check the dorms. Good thing I double checked. Oh hey, Andre. Okay. And we got recipe. Apparently there's a bike color we could get from this house. It's at northeast. Oh, there it is. I hope that my Margarita voice was, you know, not too mean-spirited, but also sultry and seductive enough. That should be about everyone now. Apparently we missed one. Forgot about you. There's a lot of characters. Yeah, that should be it. Okay, so just in case, let me save right now. I don't think meeting up with Valibro is gonna trigger the next story scene. If not, then I want to take care of it now so I don't have to keep repeating that same scene. So when I do the final bonding event, where one by one Rean is gonna invite people into his love shack / dorm room. Especially the ladies.
Hey, Valimar.
Hello, Rean.
I came to see how you're holding up. Sure was a surprise when you offered, but thanks for volunteering to serve as a lookout.
Not a problem. Perhaps you and your friends have influenced me to some degree. Each and every one of you have come a long way to take this place back. I simply wish for you to be able to dedicate this evening to celebrating that achievement.
Thanks. You know, looking back, I never figured the day would come when I'd be able to have a natural conversation with you like this. You've changed a lot in that regard. You've gone from sounding mechanical to dignified, I suppose.
I've been working to gradually recover my memories over time. And while still fragmented, I am now able to recollect specific memories from my past.
Really? Does that mean you remember some of what happened before you went to sleep in the old schoolhouse?
Correct. I went to sleep 250 years, 128 days ago. And my previous awakener was a man known as Drykel's Rice Arner.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So it really was Drykel's, huh?
Yeah, and Rean is inheriting his robot.
I had my suspicions when I saw that memory in the last shrine, but I didn't want to assume.
I believe you resonated with the memories that reside within the proving grounds. Drykel's visited the spirit shrines as you did. In each one, he obtained the same ore with which to forge his weapon, advanced upon the same capital, and it was there, with many allies at his side, that he laid the war to rest in one final confrontation.
It's kind of eerie how similar our paths are. But it makes me feel a little self-conscious too, in a way. I doubt we're doing all this half as well as he did. What kind of person was he, anyway?
He was an open-minded, composed, and driven man. Full of bravery and daring, and in some ways, an enigma. Yet for those he met, he was ever kind and merciful. He had dignity in measure with his stature, and still at times, one could see in his eyes the glimmer of a child's.
He was really something, wasn't he? Hearing you talk about him, I don't know if I could be anything like he was. But maybe if I were, I'd be able to do more for everyone.
There is little need in striving to be something you are not.
Huh?
You are you, Rean.
Since my awakening, I have watched over you. I have seen you grow as a person. Drykel's found success in playing to his strengths. You, though different, possess strengths no less great. Just as he attracted his own supporters, so too have you gained those who would choose to stand by your side and no other.
Again, Valimar, is major Brouts here.
Take pride in those who would become your sword, for not even kings can buy the world to yield her.
Thanks, Valimar. You're right. I should focus on improving myself as I am, rather than try to become someone I'm not. Seeing as how I'm fighting for my future and to bring home my friend, it wouldn't make sense to be anyone else, really. Oh, yeah. It sounds like the Tachi will be done by morning. So if you're up for it, I think we should test it out tomorrow. I'll be counting on you, Valimar.
I shall do all within my power.
Okay, so you see that red exclamation mark? So that'll advance the plot. And we're just gonna make sure of stuff. Yep, that's our warning prompt. Still known that yet. Now it's time. Reen's gonna court people one by one to come into his room. We'll start with you, Millie. You're the closest. So Reen's gonna first start off with a little girl. You hear, Kirito? We got an important revelation coming up. Okay, so it begins, and this is going to be essentially the rest of the stream tonight. Bring in people to his room, as I said many times, because words are hard and I can't think of a variety of things to say about the same stuff.
Hey there, Reen!
Hey.
Hey, you sure took your time. Guess you finished exploring the grounds, Milliam?
Nope. But I didn't want to keep you waiting, so here I am. This place hasn't changed a bit.
And whichever one I'm going to be picking last, we're going to go with that as canon.
It feels great to finally be back here.
Yeah, it does. Well, while we're here, are you up to walking around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs.
Oh yeah, I'm curious too! Feels weird seeing Crow's room all empty again like that.
Well, hopefully he's enjoying himself, Kirito.
I mean, we joined Class 7 on the same day, so he's always been there to me.
Oh yeah, I guess you did. We were all pretty surprised when we got 2 new classmates on the same day. That's unusual enough as it is, without one of them being a gambling addict and the other one being you.
And thank you for the host, Lena, I just noticed.
Can't deny that we made things more fun, though.
Yeah.
True, I can't.
And then more annoying to some folks.
I hope we weren't the only ones having fun, though. You had fun too, right?
Yep, I sure did. It was my first time sitting down at a desk and studying and all that. I didn't think I'd like it so much. I had so much fun, I sometimes forgot why I was sent to the academy in the first place.
Well, if it was that fun for you, then that's all the more reason we need to put things back the way they were. We'll bring Crow home, make it through the war in one piece, and then we'll go back to studying and having all the fun we want with our classmates like always.
Reen, I've been feeling kinda off lately.
Off? How?
Every time I think about how we'll have to fight Crow, my chest hurts. It wasn't like this before. I don't know why either. It's not like I've hurt myself there or anything. You see, he's our enemy now and we need to fight him. So, I don't know why I feel this way. It's all new to me.
What you're feeling now is totally normal. Crow's our classmate. We might be on different sides right now, but he's still one of us. And fighting against a friend is hard. It hurts to fight someone you care about. So there's nothing off about it, Milliam. It's perfectly normal to feel the way you do.
Yeah. Poor Milliam.
It is? Maybe it is for you, but I don't know if it's such a good thing for me to feel like this as an Ironblood. These feelings might get in the way of me doing my work in the future, so I'd probably be better off without them.
Maybe so, but I'm still happy you feel that way.
Huh? Why's that?
Not everyone will agree with me, but I think it's important to know what it feels like to be sad or in pain. We strive to be kind to others because we know what it's like to suffer. And it's only by overcoming sadness and pain that we grow stronger as people. Personally, I'd say feeling hurt is a sign that you're starting to grow up.
Growing up is a little complicated for Milliam.
This war is terrible, but fighting your way through it has given you feelings that will forever change you.
You think?
Yeah, in the best way too. For me, for the rest of our class, and for you, of course. But like I said, you're only just starting. You've still got plenty of growing to do, and I want to watch over you every step of the way.
Wow.
Glom.
I'll never figure out how you don't burst out laughing in the middle of all those mushy speeches.
Anime speech. One moment.
We're classmates, but you barely know anything about me if you think about it.
You're right, I suppose. I don't know about your past, how you came to be an Ironblood, or what connection you have to Altina either. That's not as big a problem as you think it might be, though. It's all trivial compared to the one thing we do know. We all care about you.
Head pat.
That's so.
Yeah, out of context, this is totally not scandalous at all.
You love me that much, huh?
Yes. Totally innocent.
So you gonna marry me when I'm all grown up and hot and stuff?
Oh, that's a good line. I have not done her bonding event. On my last playthrough, it's I was with Princess Alphen.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Still, I meant everything that I said. And when all this is over, you can use all those new feelings you gained to keep on growing right here at the Academy.
Roger.
think I've seen like 2 other videos on YouTube of this. This is one of them. Hey, it's snowing. One in a million. Okay, I thought it was this scene that explains who she is, but maybe it was Cold Steel 1. Basically, with maybe I forgot the time, but I'll just say it here. Basically, with Milliam, and let's not do this scene. Let's close the game for a moment. Yeah, with Milliam, she's artificial. She's a homunculus. I thought we revealed that in Cold Steel 2. She's an artificial human. Now it's driving me nuts. When does that reveal? Like, during one of the final bonding events, you get teasers of some stuff you'd learn later officially anyways. I wonder if there's a synopsis of when it was revealed. Okay, so anyways, next event. We're gonna do them all. It's for trophies. The final bonding event is tied to each final bonding event is tied to a trophy. Sarah's is next, since she's close by. Let's bail Sarah out. We're gonna be hot for teacher. Attaboy. On to the dorm love shack. Kirito, while I'm doing this, try to pick out the next one. We're gonna do each character. Laura's gonna be last.
Finally. Sorry if I kept you waiting.
Not at all. I think I actually showed up a little early. Finally had enough booze for the night, I take it?
Yeah, had enough of the bad company too, so I managed to skedaddle. I figure the others should be able to handle things over at the academy. Just standing here really does bring the memories flooding back, doesn't it? For as long as we spent here, it feels like we've been away even longer. But I'm glad you made good on your word and took it back from the Alliance.
So am I. And I know I couldn't have done it without you.
Hot teacher approves.
Say, while we're here, why don't we take a little stroll through the place? I'm feeling the itch to see if everything upstairs is like we left it.
It's a date.
And once again, empty room. We're going to be seeing this a lot of it.
A shame Crow isn't back with us like old times, huh? In a way, he hasn't changed a bit since his first day. Even then, he was never honest with his feelings.
Oh, yeah. You helped out with the Arcus trials they all did last year, didn't you?
Yep, we sent him all over the country, just like we did with you guys during your field studies. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder that if I'd noticed something was off with Crow back then, we all could have been spared a lot of heartache. I've known him even longer than you guys have. Heck, I was his teacher. I guess I keep thinking maybe there was something I could have done.
It's not your fault. Crow's planning was meticulous. He'd been setting it up for years. He would have gone through with it either way, but I'm not going to sit back and let that be that. I'll face him down, beat him, and bring him back. That's my promise. He'll be back where he belongs, with us. And you'll be there with us too.
Yeah? I know you'll do everything you can. If anyone can bring Crow back, it's you guys.
Youth.
It's been almost 2 years since I traded in my bracer badge for the whole teacher shtick. But there's never been a day when I regretted making the switch.
Oh, memories.
Likewise. We couldn't have ended up with a better homeroom teacher.
Very unorthodox, but she's good.
Your methods seemed really bizarre at first, but when I look back, everything you did prepared us for what was to come.
Thanks. It makes me happy to hear that. I'd like to think that you all learned a lot from me, but over the past year, I've learned plenty from you guys too. Things I never learned pounding the battlefield as a Jaeger or during my time with the bracers. But whatever the future holds for me, I know the time I spent here will help guide me in whatever I end up doing next.
Wait, whatever the future holds? You're not thinking of...
I don't even know anymore. No matter which side comes out on top in this war, the Empire's never going to be the same again. When it's all over, should I stay on as an instructor here? Should I go back to being a bracer? Or branch out into something new? All I know is that I want to be able to support you guys in whatever you decide to work towards, as much as I can. Just how I'm going to do that, I don't really know yet. I'm hoping that fighting through the battle ahead of us brings me an answer.
You really are amazing, you know that? No matter how fast we grow, you're always a step ahead of us, pushing forward into the unknown to show us the way. I'm never gonna be able to measure up to you, am I?
What do you mean?
You're experienced, reliable, always ahead of us, just out of reach, but guiding us forward. You're strict sometimes, but you're always compassionate, and you bury your weaknesses deep down to be someone we can rely on. And somewhere along the way, I started to hope that one day I'll be able to finally catch up to you, so that we can think of each other as peers, as something more than just teacher and student.
More than teacher and student, you say?
Oh.
As things stand, I'm still a long way from being there. When this war is behind us, and life slows back down to its normal pace, there'll come a day when I graduate from Thor's and head out into the world as a real man. When that day comes, I want to be there for you, in some way, as your equal.
Well, Sarah is one of the best girls alongside Laura, so a special place in my heart. And I'm very upset that there's no Nendoraider figurine of Sarah. I would add that to my shelf.
Oh my. Well, you're just full of surprises tonight, aren't you? With all that's been going on, I never realized you felt that way about me. You can be pretty daring sometimes, you know that? I'm sure you're well aware that I go for the classy, mature gentleman type, and not students, though.
Yeah, there isn't any, as far as I know.
Yeah, but we're looking toward the future, right? Students grow up. Boys become men.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I might not look the part now, but one day I'll be a dashing, handsome
Oh.
gent who can turn even your head.
You don't say, Reed. That's hot.
All right, then. I want you to close your eyes. In fact, I'm making it a formal assignment. No peeking.
Why?
Shh, no questions. Good students are supposed to listen to their teachers.
Well, if you say so.
Nice.
Just think of that as a little appetizer.
Maybe that should have been canon, but let's see how Laura's final event goes. Probably a little more innocent.
In a couple of years, if you're still hungry for the main course, come and find me. I'll make it worth the chase.
It's gonna be hard to choose.
Still, there's no need to rush. I'm willing to wait, if you are.
Thanks.
Ah, damn it. And they have a sweet night in the dorm together. Okay, let's see what the trophy name is. Worth the wait. Nice. Fortunately, there's no quick reset or quick load, so I have to do it this way. As far as I know. That is a good trophy name. So Kirito, who's next? Nope, there's no quick reset. Okay, sure, guys. To the art room. Let's have a bromance with Gaius. Well, I'm gonna be doing everyone, that's the thing. Like I said, it's all tied to the trophies, and I want to platinum it. So just a matter of who to do it in what order than just which one to pick. Okay, so we do Gaius, then Machias, then we'll freeball it from here. Let's speed along.
Oh, hey, Reen. All done celebrating?
I guess. It still feels early, but I'm bushed after all that walking around.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts out there. I'd finished clearing up the club room earlier than I expected, so I decided to swing by once I was done. It feels strange to be back here again. Strange, and yet I feel right at home.
Yeah, I can't explain it, but being here again is somehow comforting. You up for taking a look around here with me? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure.
Okay, they're gonna want to look around the rooms. Green's room. And Crow's room. And just gonna hang it here.
They're all empty, of course. I know it's silly, but a small part of me was hoping we'd find him in his room like normal, here to see what the commotion was about.
I know the feeling. Whether he admits it or not, I like to think our time spent in this dorm meant something to Crow. I want to believe it still means something to him.
And to think, Crow's already experienced that horrible feeling of losing the one place you call home. He knows what it's like more than any of us, to be utterly powerless against the tides of change, to lose everything you hold dear. We may have been able to avert the worst in the end, but I can relate to that feeling of dread, at least a little.
Yeah, I guess you would know. Maybe you guys can talk about it some more once we bring him back. And we'll definitely bring him back.
That we will. I wish I could say Nord is safer now, but we still can't afford to let our guard down just yet. We only saw a snippet of what it would be like for war to affect it, and there's every possibility it could do more in the future. And then there's Calvert to think about. We're at peace now, but who knows if, or even when, that could change.
Which is why we need to do what we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Still, as much as I wish I could be back in the Highlands, ending the war here in Erebonia should be my prime focus now. If ending it makes for one less potential threat at home, then I can rest easier at night knowing I've done something right. I don't want this land to be plagued by danger any longer. I've come to love Erebonia as much as I love Nord.
He is a very homely man.
You helped me protect my home, Reen, and now it's my turn to help you protect yours.
Really like Drakel's did. I mean, like his ancestors did for Drakel's.
Huh. You really are one of the most dependable people I know.
Gaius is a bro.
I feel like so long as we have each other's backs, we can overcome just about anything life throws at us. I wonder if this is how Emperor Drakel's felt during the War of the Lions.
Yeah, that's what I was commenting on.
He was supposed to have allies from Nord too. If they were half as reliable as you are, I'm sure he must have felt the same way I do.
Your presence is just as reassuring for me too, you know. I can't help but want to answer to the unwavering trust you've placed in me, Reen. This land, our classmates, and everyone we've met along the way have become so precious to me. I find myself thinking, if I had all the strength of a tempest, all the dignity of a hawk, then I could blow away all the obstacles which threaten them.
Oh, we got the wind puns.
And I don't know if I ever would have felt so strongly about changing myself for the sake of everyone here, if not for you. You've become my dearest friend, Reen.
Aww.
You really mean that?
The bromance.
Thank you, Gaius. That really means a lot to me.
I love the cheese.
I guess we're both inspiring each other for the better. In a way, I want all those things for myself for the same reasons as you. So that I can protect all of you and the homeland that I treasure too.
I'm sure we can do anything we put our minds to. May we both go forth and find the strength to envelop this land and its people in a mighty wind.
Yep, wind talk. Is the trophy gonna have a wind pun? Winderlust. Yep. One moment. So it's not a lie. Okay, so that's 3 down. We got about 9 to go. Each of these takes a few minutes. So that's gonna be the remainder of the stream. I'll try to speed up parts of it to reduce the tedium. So no comment on the Gaius one, Kirito. Anyways, let's go bother Machias. I just kind of did a loop around for a moment. Speed up a little bit.
Sorry I'm late.
Not at all. You're right on time. I take it everything's squared away with the chess club?
It was nothing special. We just played a few games with the upper class students like we always used to. Of course, we couldn't decide a winner, but it's not like there won't be time for that in the days to come.
Good luck with that.
You know, it's odd coming back here and seeing things exactly how we left them. It's almost as if this place were frozen in time these past few months.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what do you say we walk around for a bit? It'll give us a chance to see how things are upstairs, too.
Might as well.
Nah, they're just hanging out here.
Everything's the same up here, too. Can't say I'm terribly surprised. As ridiculous as it sounds, I was hoping against hope that we'd just find Crow sitting in his room as if nothing had happened.
Honestly, that does sound like a long con he'd try to pull off. I'm surprised the common areas are so clean, though. I figured they'd be covered in a few coats of dust by now. I guess the upper class students worked hard to keep things nice around here.
That's nice of them.
Presumably so. I can scarcely believe how different a person I've become in less than a year. When I first arrived here, my blood would start to boil if I so much as heard the term upper class. But now...
You're a new man.
Honestly, when I think back to how I acted on our first day, even Milliam seems dignified in comparison. I came here with a firmly ingrained belief that nobles were the enemy, so that's the way I treated them.
Well, you were kind of cool with Laura.
That's certainly a time in my life that I'd rather forget. Ugh, how embarrassing.
It's not like you didn't have your reasons, though. After what you went through as a child, I don't think anyone could blame you.
Machias came a long way. His development was good.
Besides, we've all changed for the better since we first showed up at the academy.
I wonder if that's true. You're right about the reason, of course. I've hated nobles ever since the day they took my cousin from me. My time here helped me realize that not all nobles are so despicable, and that I was misplacing the blame for her death. That's something you and our other noble classmates taught me, and it makes sense to me on a logical level. Claiming that I've matured as a person feels somewhat empty, because I can't be sure I really have.
How so?
Having a logical understanding of something is one thing, but completely restructuring your beliefs around it is another. This war has proven that to me. I know as well as anybody that the nobility as a whole isn't the cause, but the nobles who are have taken so many lives. While I know it's wrong, in my heart, I still blame every last one.
Well, Eustace's dad is just the worst of it.
So the things I say and do might have changed, but inside, I'm the same hateful, immature child I was on the day we met. Still, that used to frustrate me, even make me resent myself.
Why's that?
Because I've accepted myself. My immaturity is still a part of who I am. I can't change that in a day, but I can keep trying.
Yeah, douchebag.
We're all immature in our own ways. But together as a class, we managed to make up for each other's flaws, making it the perfect environment for me to learn and grow. And it doesn't hurt my best friend's a part of it. I mean you, Reed.
Yeah, it's super mature, Marcus, to say. I like this scene.
All I can do is keep learning and improving. That's the only thing any of us can do. And we've still got a long way to go. After this war's over, and once we've rescued Dad from the Alliance, this nation as we know it will never be the same again.
Oh.
Hey, cut it out! Stop laughing, damn it! I'm in the middle of a serious, impassioned speech here!
He was trying to do an anime speech.
Sorry, I can't help it.
Not cool, Reem.
You know how sometimes something makes so much sense that you can't help but laugh? That's you in this ultra-serious speech.
I beg your pardon?
You've got no shortage of strengths, but the one that really stands out is your ability to face the whole world directly.
Yeah, thank you for the hosting as well, Mr. Cunningham.
Eustace might argue you're a little too direct, since you do occasionally run yourself straight into trouble. But that stems from the strength of your conviction. You stand by your beliefs, and you're willing to fight for them.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Sure it is. It's why you're able to tackle problems that others would rather avoid, even the most difficult ones. Like the class system. Most people would have just seen it as a fact of life, but you see it as a problem that needs uprooting. I have nothing but respect for that. You're serious in the truest sense of the word, so this speech just made me laugh.
What? That wasn't the response I was hoping to elicit. And what's with all this heart-to-heart stuff all of a sudden?
You should know by now that if you try to give me a serious speech, I'll give you one right back. And I'm not even done.
Ooh, speech wars.
I'm being completely honest when I say that as long as the two of us are together, we can build a brighter future for Erebonia. Throughout the war, so many have gotten injured, or worse, lost their lives. And I don't want it to be for nothing at all. I want a future where people can look back and say their losses weren't in vain.
That's certainly ambitious, but I'm sure we will. We'll live our lives to better those of the people around us, starting with taking Crow back from the Alliance.
Bro, shake.
And then we'll build that future of ours, piece by piece.
It's a promise.
And then they're just holding hands all throughout the night. I'm just making everything lewd, or shipping everyone. And silly me. So let's see. The people's choice. Okay. Can't just do a quick reset. Here, so do I have a problem that I'm just making everything too lewd, or just taking things out of context, or just being dumb about these things? I wonder if it's a problem. I'm not even sure. Okay, so we did two guys. Let's go back to... Let's pick a lady next. Yeah, that's perfectly fair. Okay, who do I feel like? Let's do Fee next. Oops. Courtyard. And if you manage to get a bingo, you won't win anything, but you just prove that you did it. Yep, let's go. Yeah, you should go for it, or maybe ask Coco how he did the blue bingo card. I don't know how he did it. Where's the next event? Oops. Oh, nothing important.
Hey, no worries. I haven't been waiting long.
Yeah, fair enough.
Did you take care of everything you wanted to do? Last time I saw you, you were still out in the garden.
Yeah, Adel and I planted some new seeds. I found them myself.
Really? I can't wait to see what they grow into then.
Well, the beginning part is not that important, but formalities.
It's kind of nice to be back home, especially after so long.
Yeah, really brings back memories. And now that we're here, why don't we head inside and walk around for a bit? I'm curious to see how things have held up upstairs, too.
Sounds good to me. Wonder if Crow ever plans on coming back to us.
Honestly, I don't think so. Not of his own free will, at least. It's clear that he really believes in what he's doing. I've sworn over and over that we'll bring him back. I don't think that's going to be so easy at this point. But that's never put us off before. We'll get him back no matter what happens.
Yep, we won't lose. Not to Zeno or Leo either.
Having to fight the two of them this way must be tough on you. No one wants to fight family.
Yeah, but that's exactly why I can't hold back against them. If I show them even a hint of hesitation, I'll never be able to get through to them. I think the same's true for Crow, too.
I suppose you're right.
I've always wanted to find a family. Even my earliest memory has me wandering lost on a battlefield, trying to find somewhere I could belong. But eventually, I found one. Zephyr. They gave me a place to call home. Showed me a warmth only a family can provide, and always looked out for me.
A place to call home, huh?
Home is where the heart is.
Then we lost our boss, and the family who'd given me all of that decided to leave me behind. And I realized how weak I really was. On my own, I was nothing. I always relied on them to keep me safe. But I couldn't do anything for them in return. After that, Sarah took me in, and I wound up joining Class 7. For the first time in my life, I was around people who needed me just as much as I needed them. For the first time, I could protect them just as much as they protected me. I found myself part of a completely different kind of family. One I didn't even know existed. And I'm so grateful to Class 7, and especially you, for giving me that. I still want to ask them why they all left me behind. But more than that, I want to show off the new family I found. I want them to see how well I'm doing now.
Oh, he is smiling.
Zeno and Leo were always important to me. But that's why I want to let them know just how important all of you are, too.
That's a heck of a compliment. And we'll do everything in our power to make sure you can show us off.
Head patter, Reen.
Thanks. It's weird. There's all kinds of ways to form a family, right? And it's easy to find where everyone else fits in ours. But you're just kinda different.
In what way?
Elisa, Laura, Emma, and Sarah are like older sisters to me. Milliam's obviously my annoying kid sister. Machias, Eustace, and Gaius are like my big brothers. And so's Crow, I guess. But I don't think of you like that.
No.
You're not like a sibling, but something else. Something closer.
No.
I can't put it into words, though.
I see a little blush from Fee.
Fee?
Yep.
I feel the same way about you.
Mm.
You're more than family to me, and I'm glad to have you by my side.
In all these alternate universes, he just hooks up with all of them.
You might be a bit younger than most of us, but you fight harder to defend those you love more than anyone I know. And you're every bit as important to me as I am to you, if not more so.
Good.
Anyway,
Oh,
we've got work to do tomorrow.
She's happy.
The future of our Class 7 family rests in our hands.
Yeah.
Oh, Fee's happy. And they were cuddling into the night. Jägermeister. Okay, that's 5 down. Got a few more. Who should be next? Pressure's on you, Kirito. Let me think. Yeah, I was thinking Emma as well. We're on sync there. She's in the old schoolhouse. Okay, let's meet up with Emma. Okay, let me, let's meet up back in the, dormitory, but let me get water first. Let's see how this event goes.
Sorry for being late, Reen. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long.
Oh, don't worry about it. I just got here myself. Finished everything up then?
Yeah, everything seemed to be in order over at the old schoolhouse, too. And for once, even Celine was acting considerate.
You don't say.
And I see you're already blushing, Emma. What are you thinking?
Being here like this really feels like old times, doesn't it? I made so many fond memories here in this building. I can't even begin to count them all.
Yeah. Hey, seeing as we're already here, you want to take a little walk around inside? I'm curious what state we left things in, aren't you?
Well, that sounds like fun.
Back then, I never would have imagined that Crow was an Awakener, or that he was working with Misty from Aubin time of all people.
Well, that makes two of us. When I think about the trial we had to pass, it's hard to believe he did something like that alone.
It really makes you wonder. I mean, we had his help when we did it too. His determination must have been incredible to take on something like that by himself and come out the winner.
Maybe his was a lot easier. Who knows?
And I have a feeling he'll take all of us on by himself too. That's what it comes down to. If we want to bring him back home with us, we'll have to show him we're even more stubborn and determined than he is.
I think we can match him point for point on that as long as you're there. And as the witch responsible for guiding you in Valimar, I fully intend to see everything through to the very end.
Thanks. I'll be depending on you.
Hey, now for a serious moment.
Reen, I've been thinking lately. Somewhere along this journey we've taken together, I finally felt glad to have been born a witch. If I hadn't, I might never have enrolled at this academy. And if I'd never come here, I would never have met everyone in Class 7, and I wouldn't have met you.
I'm really glad you did. With all we've been through, if anyone besides you had been guiding me, I doubt we would have come as far as we have.
I'm happy to know you think so. Before I came to the academy, and even well after I'd started here, I lived to fulfill the duties expected of me as a witch. I'd been that way ever since I was little, but all that time, I had no idea of the real significance behind everything I was doing. My life as a witch was so all-encompassing, I couldn't really see anything else.
Emma.
It was after I started here at Thor's that things started to change. I may have come here to keep watch over the fate that awaited Valimar and the one he chose as his Awakener. But I feel so much more than that now. Instead of just watching over you, I want to stand with everyone and fight alongside you as an equal. I don't want to be someone who just watches things happen. I want to be there with Class 7, no matter what's in store.
I'm happy you're with us. You've always been looking out for us, doing as much as you could and supporting us in more ways than we realized. I doubt Class 7 would be what it is now if you hadn't been a part of it.
Yeah.
So I think I speak for everyone when I say thank you for sticking it out through all the good and the bad.
I owe you guys a lot of thanks, too. Some days, the only reason I was able to keep doing my part as Class 7's president is because everyone, well, maybe not everyone. It's because you accepted me for who I was, Reen. You must have had so many questions, but you were always so patient and kind.
Oh, look at her blushing, and look at those eyes kind of getting a little teary.
Oh.
Emma, the only reason I feel like I can fill the shoes of an Awakener is because I have you to guide me. When I first found out what I had to do, I was confused. I didn't understand what was going on, really.
Well, couldn't blame him.
But with you by my side and showing me the way, I started to feel like I might be able to really do it after all.
Is that so?
Emma, I love you.
Oh. Very direct.
No matter what fate has in store for me, I've decided I'm going to face it head on.
I did not see this event at all. I did not see it on YouTube either, so I didn't expect a direct response like that.
Because as long as I have you with me, I know that whatever the challenge, I can rise to meet it. Will you stay with me?
Yeah, straight in this harem. I just think there's parallel universes where each choice is a canonical choice. But in my universe, it's not going to be the canonical one.
Of course! What would Grandmother and Vita say if they could see me now? This isn't exactly a respectable path for which to take.
That's cute.
Maybe not, but who cares? We're old enough to make our own choices. And even if the path is a rough one, I'm ready to stick it out.
Me too.
That was a pretty good one. I like some of the other ones more. And I'm a little bit zoned out as well, so don't mind me. But I want to do all these tonight. Let's see the trophy name. Witchy Woman. Okay. And I should... Okay, just double checking it's plugged in, right? Yeah. I'm feeling Elliot next. Now let's bring back the bromances to the remaining two guys. And Kira, so in the harem, does that include the guys? You're dying over there? Well, at least I showed you a few good ones. Part of me is gonna say like, ooh, this is my favorite and you missed out. Yep, he collects all the ladies. And that's a major criticism with Cold Steel, or in particular Reem. A chunk of fans hated the harem aspect, you know. Falcom didn't really do that before with the Crossbell games to a certain extent. And did not do that with Sky, so they always felt like this was tacked on or not cool. They wanted kind of a more canonical romance. I'm okay with it. And it took me a while to kind of get into the bonding system, and sometimes that makes the pacing a little wonky. But it is what it is. Yeah, so they just, a lot of fans, not a lot of fans, but a chunk of vocal fans dislike the harem aspect. I'm having my fun with it, as you can see. Okay, now on to the next scene.
Hey, Reen. Didn't think you'd be here already.
Neither did I, to be honest. It just kind of happened. Finished everything up with the wind orchestra, I take it?
Sure did. It was great to be able to play together with them again. I swear, though, looking around, you'd think we never left. It's just like coming home.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Thor's might not be the home any of our class grew up in, but it's our home nonetheless. Come on, let's walk around for a bit. I want to check on things upstairs, too.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, they're gonna check 3 rooms.
Nothing's changed. Even after all this time, it's exactly as we left it. It feels like we've gone back in time to our last day here, but somehow lost Crow in the process.
Yeah, his absence makes all the difference in the world, too. Like any twinge of nostalgia I feel is somehow wrong.
I know what you mean. It's like trying to perform a concert with an instrument missing. It's just not the same. Though in this case, the concert is our class.
Well, he was the mastermind of the school concert.
Yeah, I got that. But you're right. He might not have been with us on day 1, but Class 7 isn't complete without him. Which is why we can't give up. To go back to your metaphor, we might be missing an instrument, but we can still go out and steal it back, right?
Right. Hey, Reen, I've got a question.
For the heartfelt moments.
Do you still remember the day of our welcoming ceremony?
How could I forget? It was a pretty eventful day, but I still remember that you were the first to try and start a proper conversation with me.
He's the first friend.
I guess you could say you were my first friend at this academy.
Well, you were mine too. To tell you the truth, I was really nervous that day. I wasn't exactly thrilled to be here, for one thing. My dad practically forced me into attending in the first place. So I was feeling pretty doubtful that I'd be able to deal with wasting 2 years of my life at an academy I didn't care about. So in order to try to get a handle on things, I figured the first person I tried to talk to should be my opposite.
What do you mean by that?
Someone who, unlike me, had strong convictions. Someone who was looking forward instead of backwards. I remember seeing you there in that auditorium and thinking, there he is, he's the one.
Oh, this is so taken out of context.
It sounds stupid, but I figured if I could make friends with someone like you, maybe I'd get stronger too.
Wow. I didn't know you had such high expectations when you first started talking to me. But if that's what you wanted to do, you picked the wrong guy. I wasn't anywhere close to being strong. Worse yet, I was so oblivious, I didn't even realize that there were people around me who really cared.
I don't know about that. The fact that you're kicking yourself now means that you've grown up quite a bit since then. So no matter what you say, I'm sure I chose the right person to talk to. No doubt about it.
We wanted to get closer to Reem.
Oh, thanks, Elliot.
Spending time with you has made me stronger too. Strong enough that even Dad will accept the path I've chosen. And while it's come as some surprise, it's also helped me realize more than ever the real power of music. I don't think my love for music has ever been stronger, in fact. That's something else I owe almost entirely to you. You helped me find my path, and now, thanks to you, I can see it stretching out in front of me.
Really? That's nice to hear. You're stronger than you think. You always have been. Even if you're kind of small, the music in your heart has always roared. You never let that conviction fade, either.
Dude.
I've always admired that about you, and I've always been proud to call you my friend.
Thanks. I mean it, Reen. You really are the best friend I ever could have hoped for. As long as we're together, there's nothing that can stand in our way.
My thoughts exactly.
Oh, They're holding
That
both
goes for
hands with
Crow,
each
too.
other.
Between the two of us, I'm sure we can make music so amazing, we'll even win him over.
You've got that right. Together, we can do this.
I'm just taking things out of context, you know, to mislead some people or people that don't know this. And they were holding hands throughout the night and making sweet music. Perfect harmony. Well, let's do Eustace next. Then we're gonna do the ladies. Yeah, perfect harmonies, lewd indeed. And some people are missing out tonight. They're missing out all the romance. Bad night to be absent from the stream. Don't you think? Okay, and speaking of loot jokes, let's do this. Man, that's so big. So we got about 5 to go. And he's the last of the guys.
My apologies for my tardiness.
You can't apologize if you're not late. I just decided to show up early.
Okay, so Gaius and Reed had the arms hitting each other. Machias and Reen had a handshake. Machias and Machias and Reen had the handshake. Reen and Elliot, were holding two hands with each other. I wonder what sort of physical contact he's gonna have with Eustace.
How are the horses doing?
Splendidly, if not a little too energetic for their own good. Whitcomb was especially thrilled to finally be reunited with his master.
Were they gonna touch each other's shoulders?
I bet he was. Nice to hear.
There's not a brick out of place, which means it's just as run down as ever. Still, I've made so many memories here. I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's for sure. It's really nostalgic being back here again. What do you say we head on up? I want to see what things are like upstairs, too.
All right, why not? Crow's foolishness continues to baffle me. He's fighting under a banner that doesn't include him. He's the sort you'd more likely find in a casino than the capital.
That's for sure. Fighting for the Alliance really doesn't suit him one bit. I'm sure he realizes that too, though. He sees Duke Cayenne as more of a sponsor than an ally.
Yeah, Crow wants to just kill Osborne.
So it's just a case of the two using each other while they share a common purpose.
And just, I guess Crow felt obligated to help them out since, you know, he triggered the mess.
Winning him over won't be easy, but we should push this angle if we intend to do so. Rufus will likely be more difficult, given his key position in the Alliance and shared ideals.
I didn't even think...
My brother's always been my light, both dazzling and warm.
It would be out of context.
He commanded respect, but he also deservedly earned my absolute trust. After the death of my mother, he was the only living relative who did so. And he was a constant. Someone I could rely on and look up to after I was taken into the family mansion in Berea Hard.
I know how you feel. Your brother is to you what Elise and my parents are to me. I'm sure he still cares about you too. He's probably just as worried about your inevitable encounter as you are. The two of you might disagree about the country's future, but that doesn't mean you can't care about each other.
I agree. Which is precisely why I've chosen to fight him with everything I have. That, above all else, is the role that I must play in ending this war. I am the man I am today because of my brother. He gave me everything I have, taught me everything I know.
Yeah, Rufus is a cool guy.
He was the one who taught me how to behave as a noble should, taught me to raise horses, trained me as a swordsman. I was always looking up at him, as if he were some sort of celestial being shining in the sky above. So the idea that I could cross swords with him on equal footing and emerge victorious always struck me as absurd. But not anymore. For all their riches, power, and influence, even the greatest noble is human, and they can fall like anyone else. My father always treated me with scorn. I was forever doomed to be the bastard child, but I always tried to act a noble. I suppose I did so out of some sense of duty towards my late mother. But as I spent more time with you, Regnitz, and our other classmates, my very perception of nobility changed.
Oh, he name-dropped Makis' last name.
I found myself wanting to discover what it truly means to be proud of one's nobility.
True pride.
I can, and I will, surpass my brother. Not in order to justify the title given to me at birth, but in order to demonstrate the pride I have in myself as myself. And with you, my finest friend at my side, I know that I can accomplish that.
I'm flattered, but I'm not half the man you are. You've always had a meaningful sense of pride, more than anyone else I know. I honestly never expected I'd be able to be friends with someone like you. Not as equals, but I'm glad that I was wrong. It fills me with pride to know how much belief you place in me, and that you're even willing to put it into words.
Perhaps your numerous heart-to-hearts and endless supply of passionate speeches have finally rubbed off on me.
Hey, for friendship speeches.
No matter how this war ends, our position as nobles will likely never be the same again. Regardless of what happens to this nation, we will always have our pride. That should never change.
There's the Eustace I know. I won't let my pride waver either.
Okay, so he's doing the same arm crossing with like Gaius does. I don't know the proper term for it.
Not when I've got a friend like you to keep me in line.
That goes without saying. I can't have you embarrassing me now, can I?
And they were just staring into each other's eyes all night long in this snowy night. House of Alborea. Nice pun. Alborea. I get it. Okay, now we're gonna do something real scandalous. We're gonna have the princess next. I think I'm gonna do Alphen, then Toa, then Elisa, then Laura. And I assume Kirito's dead now. I'll miss her. Let me just see all the going-ons. I can't believe Kirito is dead. And 1 moment, I'm just checking for a moment. Oh no, the sleep is coming for you.
Right.
Okay. It doesn't help that I'm doing stall tactics like this for no reason. I was just kind of sidetracked by something. Now let's invite the let's be scandalous and invite the princess to the dorm shack. You don't say. We're gonna be alone with with the princess. Your Highness. Okay, now for round 9.
So this is what it looks like on the inside.
Oh, hello. Welcome to our dormitory. Did you finish talking to the principal?
That's right. We sorted out all the arrangements for tomorrow. I had the delightful opportunity to enjoy the Academy atmosphere on the way here as well.
As a reminder, I already got a trophy from her, though.
If there are ever any other festivals or the like here, I'll have to try and come back by myself to see them. So this is where you and your classmates spent so much of your time. I almost feel as if I shouldn't be here. Like I've stepped into Class 7's private little world.
Oh, not at all. You're very welcome here. So, how would you like me to show you around the building? I'm curious how things are upstairs now, too.
Well, if you're offering, then let the tour begin. So that was once Crow's room. His room was opposite to yours then?
Yeah, he only lived there for a couple months, but I can't picture anyone else being there. It was pretty handy having him so close by too, especially when we were making plans for the festival. We could just wander into each other's rooms anytime we needed something.
You two must have trusted one another so deeply. And that makes the fact you two have to fight one another all the more depressing. Why must it be that way? Well, just know that while I may not be able to come with you, I'll be praying for the best.
I appreciate that. Don't worry, Your Highness. I fully intend to win against him and bring him right back here. I mean, we've got you on our side. How could we possibly lose?
Oh, Reen, you're such a tease. Besides, I'm hardly the lovely, kind-hearted girl you think I am.
Pardon?
At first, I was acting as a substitute for Elise because she couldn't be near you herself. I thought, if she couldn't support you, I would try to do so in her place. And before I knew it, I found myself learning things about you that even she didn't know. And the more I learned, the guiltier I felt. Guilty because knowing things she didn't made me feel, well, really happy.
Is that so, Your Highness?
Oh, I had no idea.
And as if that weren't awful enough, I found myself wanting to know more and more. What right do I have to call Elise my best friend when I feel this way?
Well, head back.
I'm honored to hear that. You needn't think it was one-sided, Your Highness. I was happy to learn more about you through all of this, too.
You were?
I've learned how much of a prankster you can be, how hard you work for the people of your country, how smart you are. I see you always conducting yourself with dignity and pride, and I've also seen just how much you care for everyone around you.
Alphen is a sweetheart.
I'd be careful that one other interest of yours doesn't get out of hand, though.
No promises.
This simply isn't fair!
Blushing.
It's like I'm the only one getting worked up here while you just play everything off, cool as a cucumber!
She's getting flustered.
Well, whatever happens, it's all on you! I take no responsibility!
That's out of context.
When we find Elise, I'm gonna tell her everything, and we'll talk it through. All night if need be. Oh! Perhaps working together as a team might not be such a bad idea.
Why am I suddenly filled with an overwhelming sense of dread?
Anyway, none of this even matters if you don't come back alive tomorrow. So you have to, alright? With Elise, of course. Promise?
I wouldn't dream of doing otherwise. The two of us will be back before you know it. So wait a little longer, okay?
I can't wait.
And then they spend the night doing something very scandalous that, the public should not know about. Otherwise, it'll throw the whole country into disarray. Oh yeah, so I already got the trophy here. Let me try to find it. I believe it's called National Treasure. Yep, National Treasure. I got that back in November 10th, 2016. So I was way ahead there. Let's do Toa's next. We got 3 to go. Hang in there. I need to hang in there too, because as much as I like the scene, it's like it is kind of samey in the first half, and it's a little tiring. But I gotta commit. And I could have sworn that, she was hanging out in Reen's room during the final Bond event. I might have been misremembering. So the title is not totally accurate. I apologize. Put that in the bingo card. No, they were just kind of hanging out in the hallway. Yeah, apologizing. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, Toe wants to be alone with the Reen Bean in his dorm shack. Dorm love shack.
Thanks for inviting me here, Reen.
And thank you for coming by. Guess you're all done with work?
Yep, the other student council members said they don't mind splitting what's left between themselves. I wanted to stay longer, but it was hard for me to say no after they insisted I take the rest of the night off.
Can't blame them there. You've always been a workaholic.
Sure is nice being back in here. I mean, I never lived with you guys, but I would drop by all the time to deliver your requests on free days.
And you always had to do it so early in the morning, too. I can't count how many times you went out of your way for me. Well, while we're here, how about I give you a tour? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Why not? So, that was the room Crow lived in for the 2.5 months he was here, huh? He lived with the rest of us in our dorm before that, but he seemed to have way more fun with all of you. I was a little jealous of him, to be honest.
Really?
If Crow was going to come back anywhere in Trista, it'd be here. What with how it connects all of you, and even me, Angie, and George, I doubt there's anywhere in Erebonia he'd rather be.
Yeah, you're right. I doubt he feels like he belongs while he's with the Alliance anyway. Which is why I fully intend to honor my promise to drag him back here.
And I can't wait to see him graduate. It really is amazing just how dependable you've become. When I first met you, I had no idea I would end up relying on you so much. Even after, I never thought you could handle it all.
I suppose we both had weird first impressions of each other, didn't we? I'm not proud of it, but I totally didn't believe you were a second year when we first met. That being said, you were quick to prove me wrong. You're so capable and reliable.
Thanks. But there's something I want you to remember, Reen.
Like?
I really do think you're amazing. And not just because of all you did at the Academy. You were chosen by Valimar, and you've gone through all kinds of scary experiences as a result. You've made a difference to the lives of so many, and you're surrounded by people who see you as their leader.
And Loreen himself doesn't think he's leader material, but he kind of thrusted into it.
But no matter what happens, no matter what you're up against, I don't want you to forget that you're only human like the rest of us. I don't really believe there are natural-born heroes out there who are superior to everyone else. And I don't think you're an exception. So don't feel like you have to shoulder everyone's problems by yourself.
That's the crux of it, is a character problem.
We're all here with you if you need us. There's no shame in asking for help or relying on others if you need to, okay?
Same can be said about you, Toa.
Wow. Thank you for saying that. Really. Talking to you gives me a sense of ease in a way nothing else can. You're always willing to accept people for who they are, strengths, flaws, and all.
I don't know about that.
It was only because you were there to support me that I was able to start accepting myself for who I really am.
Yeah, Toa and Reen are cute together as well.
That I was able to try and keep moving forward as I am instead of losing faith in myself. So, thank you for everything.
I'm happy to hear you say that. It's weird. Now more than ever, I feel so glad I was able to become Thor's Student Council President. If I hadn't, I might have never met you. And I doubt I would have ever started feeling like this.
She's blushing.
Like...
You're making her spill it out.
Reen, can you kneel down for a minute?
Huh? Like this?
Oh. He just wanted to rub his head. Lewd.
Don't worry. I'm sure everything will work out just fine. We might not be heroes, but that's all the more reason we'll see this through to the end without giving up. And we'll do it without losing a single one of us along the way.
Right.
And Toa was stroking Reen's head all throughout the night. You're a Toabo. Nice pun. Okay, let's do Lisa then Laura's. Let's see where to go. And imagine if I discovered there was a quick set at the end of all this, then I'd be like, that could have saved a few minutes. And Lisa is the canon girl of Cold Steel, so this is probably going to be a little more fleshed out than the others. So Kirito, do you want me to take my sweet time? Maybe, Kirito. Maybe I'm killing you with love and puns and all this other good stuff.
Sorry for the wait, Reen.
Oh, hey, Elisa. I only just got here, actually. All done catching up with the rest of the lacrosse club?
Yeah, it was great to be back with them, but I think we've done enough celebrating for the time being. Plus, Ferris ended up giving me a few friendly words of advice, too. It's kind of hard to say no to a girl who keeps insisting a lady ought to not keep a gentleman waiting, you know?
Yeah, sounds like her all right.
Anyway, never mind her. It really does feel strange to be back here in our old dormitory. In a good way, of course. As soon as I stepped through the doors, all the memories of the times we spent together here came flooding back.
Yeah, same here. It's been a long time coming, but we finally made it. Well, while we're here, do you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, why not? It's funny how time works, isn't it? It's only been a couple months since we were last here, and yet I feel like it's been years.
I guess that just goes to show how much of a mark the time we spent here has left on us, though. Every room, every corridor has a memory attached to it. Just one look, and I suddenly remember it all like it was yesterday.
You know, I guess that's true. I just wish Crow were here with us to share this feeling. It doesn't feel quite right without him.
I wish you were here, too. He's as much a part of Class 7 as the rest of us. Give it time, though. Next thing you know, he'll be right here reminiscing with us.
You really never change, Reen. It was clear from the moment we met, you were someone who really cared for others, and you're as kind now as you were then. You were our leader, always tirelessly looking out for every member of the group and putting our needs before your own. We're so grateful for all you've done, and that goes double for me.
Oh?
Hey, Reen? Do you still remember our first day at the academy?
Yes.
Our first day?
Memories.
How can I possibly forget? First, we bumped into each other outside the station because I was so taken by the lino flowers, and then that happened. I'd love to tell you I've done what you asked and forgotten, but that's just plain not possible. Sorry about that.
I should have known. Then again, who am I to talk? It's such an embarrassing memory, I doubt I'll ever be able to forget it. And the part outside the station was the most picture-perfect way to meet you, too. Then we both had to go and ruin it.
I really am sorry about what happened, though. Just so we're clear on that.
Never forget.
In a strange way, though, it kind of worked out for the best. Afterward, I just kept thinking about what happened over and over again. And before I knew it, I couldn't get you out of my head.
So, do you want to reenact the scene or something?
We barely met, and you were willing to risk getting seriously injured just to protect me from harm. That left a real impression on me. I kept wondering, why? Why would you do that? What kind of person must you be? Next thing I knew, I found myself watching you from afar. I was so curious about every little thing you did.
Oh?
And the more I learned about you, the more I wanted to know. I wanted to find out how you saw the world around you and how you were able to live so true to yourself.
You know, you were always on my mind, too. You've always been hardworking, with all the pride of a noble and a strong competitive streak. But I think what stood out to me the most was how considerate you are of others, and how you always put them before yourself.
You could say about the same for yourself.
All the time you say you were thinking about me, I was probably thinking about you, too.
So many screenshots tonight.
To be honest, you've been on my mind ever since our picture-perfect meeting, as you put it.
Really?
During the past few weeks and months, I've gotten to know more and more about what makes you the person you are. The two of us have had so many long talks about finding our own paths through life, or about deciding how we want to live. And somewhere along the line, I found myself hoping that between whatever you decided and whatever I decided, the paths we chose for ourselves would eventually meet and become one, so we could walk side by side.
Means being a player.
Does that mean?
I love you, Elisa.
You said the same thing to Emma. And all.
And no matter what happens, or what you decide to do with your life, Even if our paths one day end up parting, and we have to go our separate ways, my feelings for you will never change.
Reen. If it weren't for you, I'm not sure I would have ever found the courage to find a path for myself at all. I was only able to because of how much your determination inspired me. How it made me want to struggle on, just like you do. And I love you too, Reen.
I'm so glad.
Oh, she's got the one with the kiss. Well, she's canon girl.
I'm feeling kind of embarrassed now. I've got a lot of memories of this place already, but I think this one might leave the strongest impression of all.
So am I. I can't see my face, but I think it's safe to say it's redder than it was at the old schoolhouse. But I'll never forget this moment. No matter what happens, I won't forget. No matter what hardships I might end up facing, I'll just have to think of you, and I'll be strong enough to overcome them.
And the same goes for me, too. I've got no idea if I really deserve someone as good as you. There's still so much I don't know about myself. But I do know that I want you by my side, now and in the future. Whatever may happen, Elisa, I hope we'll be able to find a path we can share with one another.
I hope so too.
And they were kissing all night. Elise in love. Nice pun. Okay, now the last one. You still alive, Kirito? Okay, now to the gymnasium. Save Laura for last. And I hope the following cutscene of the next day isn't too long so we could just save and call it a night. But we'll see. So I checked. All these final bonding events took me over an hour to do total. I started less than 2 hours in. Now it's 3 minutes and 11 seconds. And plus the half hour from earlier, I've been streaming for almost 4 hours tonight. And it started at 11 p.m. something with the bonding events. But it's a good night.
Oh, I didn't think you would already be here.
Hey, Laura. Did you finish taking care of things then?
I believe so. It truly does feel strange to be back here, though. It's been a long road to return here, and yet, return we did. This building holds so many memories for us. I couldn't even begin to count.
This will be slightly taken out of context.
It sure does. Well, while we're here, you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, I'd like that.
I don't know why, but there was a little part of me that expected to find Crow here waiting for us. I mean, not literally expect, but there was just a little voice in my head going, what if, while walking around.
I can hardly blame you. I felt the same. Instead, he's another obstacle we have to overcome. One of many.
Yeah. Still, we've been able to face every challenge that's come our way up till now. Why wouldn't our fight to bring Crow home be the same?
That's a good way to look at it. Nothing stands a chance at declaring victory over Class 7's combined might, or our two swords. Speaking of, Reen, I realize I've asked this once before, but do you like the path of the sword?
Hearing that brings back memories. You really caught me off guard when you asked me that back in Celtic. Any reason it's on your mind again?
I was just curious. It feels as though, after our impending battle, things will never be the same. And so before that happened, I wanted to hear your answer one more time. For all I know, that answer's changed.
Ah, right. Well, it hasn't. My answer's exactly the same now as it was then. Swordsmanship is like a part of me. It's always been there, and it always will be. It's not a case of liking it or not, it's just part of who I am. Both my swordsmanship and my sword are me in a way.
Maybe you'll be happy to know that my feelings on the subject haven't changed either. My stance and my resolve are the same as they ever were. I stake my pride, my soul, my very being on my blade, and wield it to attain ever greater heights. That is what it means to me. Why I value it above all else. Or so I say. I'm conflicted, to tell you the truth.
Conflicted? About what?
In both my time at the Academy and during these past few weeks of fighting alongside one another, I seem to have found something else just as precious to me.
Is that so, Laura?
Are you suggesting...
I've now discovered a new reason to fight. One that differs from the reason I've fought for all this time. And that reason gives me more courage and power than I've ever felt before. Never could I have imagined there would be anything that would mean as much to me as my path of the sword. At least, not until I met you.
Yeah, she's blushing. She's looking real cute. She's best girl.
Laura?
Along with Sarah.
Reen, I think I love you.
And she's the one that said it first. She's being the man of the conversation.
At first, we were just friends, but now I see you as something far more. That's why I need to know. Do you feel the same way about me too?
I wanted to be the one to say it first, but it looks like you beat me to it.
She did the first strike.
I always figured that as a man, it'd end up being my job.
Sorry, that was presumptuous of me. I'm simply not used to these sort of things.
No, don't worry. You've got nothing to apologize for. I've always admired you ever since our first day here. Your swordsmanship is so elegant, strong, and beautiful that I couldn't help but be captivated by it. And by you. You're as strong as you are reliable, but that feminine side you show from time to time is adorable too.
Yeah, she's also cute.
I'm always happy to be part of our class, but having a place where the two of us can better ourselves makes me happiest of all.
Truly?
I love you too, Laura.
Aw.
Even after we graduate, I want to keep walking alongside you, following the path of the sword. And I hope that we one day reach those heights we're aiming for, but together. I'm glad I finally got the chance to say it.
No.
Laura?
I had no idea it would make me this happy to hear you say you love me. My face feels like it's on fire from blushing so much.
She's being cute.
I feel the same way, you know. We've got no way of knowing what the future holds in store for us. But we can't let a war like this stand in our path. Like you said, we have a lot of obstacles to overcome. And by overcoming ours, we'll prove we're capable of so much more.
Yeah, we will. May we both wear the way of the sword proudly, and together protect our friends and our future.
Yeah. That was also a cute scene. And we made it to the end. At least it was a good one. A lot of these final bonding events were good. Yeah, guys was probably the weakest one, unfortunately. Wasn't that big on Emma's either. But all good stuff. We'll finally make it to the our Sade school. Okay, it's New Year's Eve. Trista's snowing. Well, let's just play out this scene and call it a night. Well, here's the final sword. They wanted to get away from you. Glowing and stuff. It's just whatever, he just wants to build toys. Oh, even Valamar's chiming in. Oh, I see the armbands.
All of the students have gathered.
Understood.
Don't you worry. We'll take good care of them.
Just leave them to us.
I don't think I had this many hosts going on at auto hosts going on at once. There's 7 of them. Thanks, guys. Even if it's auto or not, I appreciate it that I've been chosen for it. You're one of the 7.
May Adios and Dreikel's the Lionheart be with you all.
It just would be nice, sir, if, Chad is more active in addition to you, but can't win them all. Thank you very much for the hangout all night.
And please, come back here safe and unharmed. Our objective is to rescue His Majesty the Emperor, as well as those who were captured with him. Everyone, move out!
No problem.
Understood.
I'm gonna call it a night in the moment too, as soon as I can save. And Irene's got a new S-Craft. We got some side stuff to do. You got a few. Yes, I'm actually reading this. Another one for Oliver. The wind to deal with this threat. Another from Roar. And my jar, my gun. Don't want none. But in truth, I have my own glorious serpent I bring out at parties and special occasions. In fact, well, we got a few monster extermination quests. There's so much side stuff to do at the end. We're on the final act. Forward relentlessly. This is the main warning. Doesn't matter, let's just go with our usual guys. The next few streams are going to be real slow because it feels like there's a lot of stuff I want to do. You know, the battle trials, the cooking stuff, you know, just to be a completionist. I don't have to do it, but I kind of want to. Just for my own funsies. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow on... Well, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, but I'm not sure which game I'm going to be streaming. Like, part of me kind of wants something a little more stimulating and actiony, like Odin Sphere, and not rush this. Or I just feel like this is a good opportunity to just kind of get a couple of hours in and just get a strong start to the finale. I don't know yet. So... we'll see. We'll play it by ear and we'll see how I feel. I feel like I'm going to be finishing this game within... soon. Odin Sphere Cold Steel 2, well, find out tomorrow around 7-ish. And since it's just us Kirito, at least act people, I'm not going to go raid. So with that, we're calling it a night. You can rest easy now. You're free.